Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor of St. Malachy Catholic Church. Welcome to Day by Day through Advent. You might have heard of something called an Advent calendar. It marks the days of Advent, and if you open up, there's usually a scripture passage or something on the outside of the little box, and you open up the box, and usually there's a piece of candy or something nice inside. There's a jigsaw puzzle. It's called the Advent Jigsaw Puzzle, and every day you open up a box of pieces and you pour the pieces out and make that section. And then for the 24 days of Advent, by the time you're done, you have a complete picture, and every one of the days tells a story. Well, today is the first day of Advent, and allow me to just put in the last piece of the first day's puzzle. This represents the first day of creation. Now allow me to read a small little passage from the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 1 through 5. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and void. There was darkness over the deep, and God's Spirit hovered over the water. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. I remember once as a kid, there was a power outage. There was a nasty ice storm, and the power went out. And I remember my parents stumbling through the house trying to get to the flashlights. And I remember my dad tripping over the dog and saying things, well, let's just say he was upset. And they finally stumbled to the drawer where the flashlights were and realized that the batteries had been expired and there was no power. So then they stumbled around to find candles and to light them up. And my mother had so many candles, and we lit up so many candles in the house that we got a phone call from our neighbors across the street saying, "You must have power, your house is all lit up." And my mother says, no, it's just the light of the candles. But we need light. God gave us light for a number of reasons. One is very obvious, so we can see where we're going and to see what we're doing. But the other reason is so that other people can see where we're going and what we're doing. Because when we are accountable for what we act, then there is a mechanism by which we can say, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe I shouldn't do that. It's no accident that when we talk about thievery or people doing immoral things, that it's done under the cover of darkness, or we use the phrase the dark side. Light exposes us, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be a good thing to live in the light, because if you live in the light morally, then you're more apt to live in accord to God's commandments.